something with no top. Hip hop, I'm hunting, they wishing I go pop.
What it is, I'm the Opa Locka Rapper. In the 7 dropping soon.
Briscoe, a rapper with a tragic backstory, drug problems, and enough shady activity to bring him to the attention of the CIA. Like most rappers, he had a very difficult upbringing, but he seemed to have figured out a way to profit off of it, telling the stories of his youth through his raps. After meeting and befriending the founder of Po Boy, E-Class, Briscoe landed signings with Po Boy and Cash Money, and seemed all set for a career amongst the stars. With that being said, let's get into the juiciest details of this sordid story and break down everything that has happened to Briscoe so far. What up guys, Ali here and welcome to Ali Talks Music. Add me on Instagram at Ali Talks Music as well. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now let's get into the video. The man was born in the 80s in Miami, Florida, and from an early age he experienced hardships.
I'm from Miami. If you want to, if I was at a award show, winning a Grammy or something, I say Miami, but if I wanted to be specific, I say Opa Locka.
Losing his mother to heart failure at the age of 9, and his older brother in a car accident almost 4 years later. The following year, he relocated to Opa Locka, where his cousin introduced him to his best friend, E-Class, around 1997. This meeting would prove to be very fateful to Briscoe after E convinced him to express the pain he had experienced throughout his life in the form of rap. A few years later, he would actually sign to Po Boy Entertainment, which was founded by E-Class, but he didn't truly start making money until he turned 18 years old and received his mother's life insurance check. Unfortunately, like a lot of children that come into life insurance money, Briscoe had no idea how to use it and blew it within 6 months. I got my money, man, and I'm in Jamaica. I'm wearing the Reeboks, Gerbo. I was living like Cash Money.
I know all of us like to spend money. I know I do. Yeah. I heard when you was around 18 years old, you spent like $400,000. What happened with that situation?
My mom, like I said, my mom died and I got an inheritance from my mom. It was like $400,000. And at the time, I was young, I was 18, so, I seen a lot, I wanted a lot, and I bought a lot. I spent a lot, real quick, 7 or 8 months, the money was going. I was liquidating. Just to get some money back, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I learned it wasn't no income coming in.
After a few years of messing around and consequently getting his life back together, Briscoe decided to stop living like Cash Money and actually get into Cash Money. By around 2006, at the age of 24, he had a signing that he had maintained for years with Po Boy, but he had not released so much as a single. He finally caught his lucky break early in the year, landing a feature with DJ Khaled on the single The Future of Dade. From there, DJ Khaled introduced Briscoe to Weezy, and from then on his music catalog began to increase. He collaborated with Rick Ross and Lil Wayne on the track I'm a G off Ross's Port of Miami album. Briscoe was on a roll, and from then on he signed with Cash Money. I know that my music can't be denied, greatness can't be denied, and that'll carry me further than actually worrying. By me being Cash Money, I'm an asset, not a liability.
Wayne, Birdman, how y'all got together?
Actually, the misfortunes of Hurricane Katrina, they needed a home. You know what I'm saying? And they came to Miami, and at that time I was on one. You know what I'm saying? And we was at the Temple, one of DJ Khaled's birthday parties, and I told DJ Sam Sneak, hey, when Ross finished, play my shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like stepped out on faith.
What song did you tell him to play that time?
It was, I think it was My First Bitch on Me or something like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And when they heard that, Wayne heard that, he was like, and I could see him, he was dating Trina at the time, and I could see him from my peripheral vision, like, vibing. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh shit, this Wayne vibing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A nigga, a man of my peer, you know what I'm saying, the same age as I am, and man, shit, I'm like, damn. So he went back later on that night to the studio, and Trina was there, and he was telling Birdman, this nigga Briscoe out here that just told the top off some shit. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So I immediately without them even knowing, Trina had got her the E-class. So when he got her the E-class told me, oh boy, they was fucking with you back at the studio. So I immediately started saying I was Cash Money. I named Young Money, Young Money
from right there.
Yeah, I named Young Money. I was Young Money, Cash Money. You know what I'm saying? I just started saying that, and I spoke it into existence. You know what I'm saying?
The rapper made his big Cash Money debut in the form of a feature with Lil Wayne on the song New Cash Money off Wayne's The Drought 3, and collaborated again with DJ Khaled on the song I'm From Dade County.
I'm in the carrots like Bugs Bunny. Young Briscoe, the new Cash Money.
On the solo front, Briscoe immediately began working on his solo debut for Cash Money and Poor Boy, but released multiple mixtapes in the meantime to help build his fan base. In 2007, he dropped the new Cash Money and The Product 2. 2008 meanwhile brought fans the underground rise from Dade to Duval and Black Bags and Yellow Tape. He also finally began releasing his own singles in the form of In the Hood with Lil Wayne and Just Know That with Lil Wayne and Flowrider.
Just know that, just know that, just know that, just know that, baby. You know where to find me at, I'm in the hood.
Which became one of Briscoe's only charting singles. Both songs were set to appear on his debut album, but since the album kept getting pushed back, they became standalone singles. His features for the year included Money Ride with Flowrider and Get Like Me with Billy Blue.
I'm a ball like a dog, bitch, I'm me, I'm on that shit, nigga, get like me.
By far his biggest achievement of the year was his appearance on the song La 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 of Wayne's The Carter 3, which earned him a Grammy nomination around 2009. This was the peak in Briscoe's career and a landmark for many Opa Locka rappers.
Started out hustling, ended up ballin'.
I'm nominated for a Grammy this year. I'm the only one in my city that made it to a level of status. I made it to the Carter 3 and I'm up for a Grammy. It's for a song called La La La, on Lil Wayne's album with me, Busta Rhymes, Lil Wayne. It's just a phenomenal song on a phenomenal record that sold 1 million copies in the first week. I hope we win a Grammy. For me, a Grammy is unheard of. And I don't even know the full history of the Grammys. I just know when I got one, I'm putting it on my shelf and that's going on my resume. Now you may have noticed that Briscoe had been doing many features with Flowrider and the pair had become quite close. That's why when young Berg dissed Flowrider, Briscoe had a lot to say about it. It all started around 2008 when Berg referenced Flowrider in an interview in relation to his album getting pushed back. Well, the album was supposed to come out July 1st. Like I've been saying all day, it's been pushed back like Flowrider hairline. It's ridiculous now. But what's the official date now? August 29th now, for whatever reason. Following Berg's diss, perhaps inadvertently, Briscoe spoke up for his label mate in another interview, directly threatening the up-and-comer. See, it's from the streets. When they make that transition into rap, they gotta understand how to stay in character. There's certain things, you gotta watch what you say. Before you say things, you gotta pause and then say it. So I'm gonna pause and then I'm going to say this. Young Berg, I'm not Flowrider. I'm his twin, Briscoe. Hi, how you doing? You did a record with me and Lil Wayne when we was at the studio. You remember? Yeah, me. I'm going to fuck you up. The only reason I'm going to fuck you up is because you're talking too much and you a little guy. I thought you were Ice-T's son. They said Young Berg. I thought you were Ice-T's son. You feel me? That's why I kind of felt you. But bitch, lied. When a nigga catch you, Young Berg, sexy lady, that boy, I'm going to beat your little raggedy ass. Opa Locka Goon, Young Money Cash Money, yes sir, Poor Boy, just so happened to be Flowrider twin. I'm the one that fight. Yeah, me. So when I catch you, I'm gonna knock your pullouts out. Your golds. I'm gonna knock your golds out. And you better be with them niggas that cost like $750 a day. Invest in a bodyguard, you feel me? I might just have E-Class with me or G12 with me, but I'm gonna beat your ass, boy, wherever I catch you.
You can see my page. Stay in tune what's going on with your boy Youngin. It's gonna be a hot summer, so dress appropriate. You need? The album was supposed to come out July 1st, but like as I've been saying all day, it's been pushed back like Flowrider hairline. It's ridiculous right now. I think, what's the official date now?
He say, I'm gonna restate it now. He say, my album was supposed to come out some sort of day, but it got pushed back. Like Flow Rider headline, funny, hot. Only reason I'm gonna f you up is because you talking too much and you a little guy. I thought you was Ice-T son.
Of course, Berg never really responded and the beef blew over before it began. And around 2009, Briscoe went back to dropping more mixtapes. He dropped The Wait Is Over, From Day to Devolve Volume 2, and Revenge. Unfortunately, he did not win the desired Grammy, but he doubled down his efforts on the album that he had been promising since 2007. Meanwhile, around 2009, Briscoe joined the ranks of rappers to be the victim of a chain snatching. The rapper was in a Miami barbershop getting a trim after attending a photo shoot when the 4 robbers entered the premises, firing several warning shots and telling everybody to get down. Unlike other rappers, Briscoe did not fight the assailants and complied with their instructions, handing over his chain, pendant, bracelets, gold watch, and the keys to his Range Rover, which is smart. Luckily, the vehicle was later recovered and nobody was harmed during the incident. The police officer that was interviewed on the scene said the following. He went to a barbershop to get his hair cut. They took a little bit more off the top than expected. He also said, the robbery was off the chain. Briscoe was left completely unrattled by the event, despite the video going viral, and when asked about it, he said, I'll get bigger jewelry and still go hard. It's great material for my next album. Following the robbery, Briscoe threw himself into music, dropping mixtapes like crazy. He also dropped another single with Lil Wayne called On The Wall, and was supposed to appear on his album. In 3 years, his debut album had yet to appear beyond a couple of singles, and many fans were waiting with bated breath. It was to be titled Street Medicine and finally seemed set for a release date, with Briscoe discussing it in multiple interviews. Street Medicine is the name of my debut album. It's basically 10 years of writing crammed up into 14 songs. I'm picking through like 200 to 300 songs. There's ones that make people damn near cry that I pick, and ones that make people just get up and dance. Just an overall classic album. I named my album Street Medicine because I feel like people want to get something from my rap and to really hear what I got to say.
You have a new album coming out called Street Medicine. Why did you decide to name your album Street Medicine?
You know, through the loss of Tupac Shakur, the streets ain't had no real solid foundation, you know what I'm saying? No cat that bring the hunger back to the music. So I guess that's why I call it Street Medicine, bringing the hunger back. I'm bringing the antidote to heal the streets since the loss of Tupac Shakur.
Now, earlier in the year, Briscoe got involved in another beef, this time with Wacka, Flocka Flame, Gucci Mane, and OJ the Juiceman. The song titled Wacka Blacka was released around 2010 and was a response to Gucci mentioning him on a song called Heavy around 2009.
Wish a nigga would run up on me like a Briscoe.
Wacka Blacka was released only days after Wacka was shot in Atlanta and featured Briscoe laughing at Wacka for being shot while rapping over Flame's Oh Let's Do It beat.
Log on to the hiphopswap.com.
Young money, cash money, poor boy Briscoe. You don't know who I is. I heard them niggas shooting warning shots. Shit, I heard they shot him though. Better nigga won't run up on me like I'm Wacka. They hit him with the.
Unfortunately for Briscoe, he caught a heavy flack for the single since Gucci Mane was incarcerated at the time, and many fans insinuated that he was a coward for responding after Gucci Mane's arrest when Heavy had been released 2 months prior. He was also accused of only doing it to help promote his album, Street Medicine, which was supposed to come out 2 months later. This was basically a shot back from the Gucci Mane song, Heavy, where he implicated my name in his song. Since he got locked up, I'm going at his little niggas lyrically. Shit, they started it, so it shouldn't be a big deal, right? I can't kick a man when he down, so I'm waiting till that jump. Luckily, the beef quickly blew over. But unluckily for Briscoe, his album got shelved indefinitely for no reason. This was probably due to the fact that he had no buzz, and because Drake, Nicki Minaj and them joined the label, shifting the label's focus onto them. Briscoe then went on to drop more mixtapes. and at this point it was becoming more and more clear that he wasn't going to drop a solo album with Cash Money. Around 2016, the man was arrested at a gentleman's club on 8 federal charges for crimes linked to fraud, identity theft, and selling counterfeit currency. The rapper was very aware that there had been a warrant out on his arrest since August, and he led 2 separate agencies on high-speed car chases in the same day in Broward County and Miami-Dade County in their attempt to capture him. Both agencies abandoned the chase due to safety concerns, and in an attempt to evade capture, Briscoe turned off the phone that the police were using to track him and went silent on social media. He was eventually captured. However, he was accused of selling counterfeit money to an undercover agent and taking part in a fraud ring. Investigators claim that he was part of at least $200,000 worth of illegal activity. Unfortunately for Briscoe, he was recorded on both video and audio committing the crimes, and after catching the attention of the CIA around August, he went crazy on a counterfeit money spending spree, and that's why he was arrested in the Playhouse Gentlemen's Club parking lot. Around 2017, the rapper admitted to attempting to sell $150,000 worth of counterfeit currency, several thousands of which he tried to sell to an undercover agent. He also admitted to his part in the fraud ring, and the recorded telephone conversation was played in court. In an emotional turn of events, Briscoe's oldest son, who was 13 at the time, took to the stand to try and plead for the mercy of his father. The boy was overcome with emotion and was unable to speak.
Hit me with a gun.
Where did he hit you?
Like on the side of my head.
Well, Briscoe, Cash Money rapper Briscoe, I've worked with him very closely in the past. He has been arrested for fraud, identity theft, and counterfeiting. Okay, now I guess he's been on the run since the summer. He outran the cops 100 miles per hour back in August. Well, they finally caught up with him.
His sentence was handed down around 2017, and Briscoe received about 4 years and 3 months in federal prison. I'm very remorseful for what I did. I'm just trying to right my wrongs and get back to my children and get back to my music. Following his incarceration, the rapper served just under half of his sentence in federal prison and was released around 2019. Guess who's back? Features, bookings, production. DM me at Ghostwriter. Don't wait until the calendar is full. Let's go. Unfortunately, his time in prison did not do him well, and when he finally released an album around 2019 called Black Roses, it went unnoticed on the charts.
Arrow through my heart, all brown clocks, roses on the grave, a lion in the cave.
He then starred in the 3rd season of Love and Hip Hop Miami, which chronicled his life back from prison, making up for lost time with his sons and trying to sort out things with their mother.
Fresh out of jail, Briscoe was focused on the present and reuniting his family. But in order to build a future with Cello, he first had to convince her he's fully changed from his past.
Unfortunately, after a year-long hiatus due to COVID, the show rearranged their cast, and in the 4th season, Briscoe did not return. He does, however, have a beautiful baby girl that was named Brazil and was born around 21. Today, Briscoe still does music, and his mantra has always been, there's a lot of pain on these streets, and I want people to listen to my music to cope. In essence, Briscoe was unable to build momentum. More specifically, he wasn't able to make a huge hit that would make people want to check out for his debut album. The man simply turned into a mixtape artist after this. On Spotify, he gets about 60K monthly listeners, and his most listened to songs are On the Wall, Black Shades, Just Know That, Sliding, and Might Be the Police. And failed to recover ever since. That's it for me, it's your boy Ali. What happened to Briscoe in your opinion? Let me know down below. Video requests, be sure to let me know down below as well. Also add me on Instagram at Ali Talks Music. Till next time, peace.